Hello, Ritzy Roy here again. Yesterday I was talking about how to pick mains and stuff like that in Ultimate, what to worry about when picking mains. So, let me make sure this audio is right this time and not over me. Okay, I think it's perfect. So, this time I'm going to focus on how to play a specific character, or what to do with a specific character. I'm probably gonna name this series before you main know their, and it's gonna be about knowing the pros and cons of each character. I'm gonna choose Cloud because he's one of my more familiar characters who isn't Roy, and I'm just gonna break down some of his pros and cons, like the basic stuff for playing Cloud. Let's start with the pros first. So the pros are obviously your sword is pretty big. That's like the first thing everyone's gonna see when they get into Cloud. Is he has a really big sword. It's almost Ike-like, but it's a little smaller than Ike's. You have a very similar move set to Ike, which means some of your moves can be used similarly, but differently. Like Cloud's Nair is like Ike's Nair, but just a little bit different than it. Another pro is you're really fast, like really quick. You're quick on the ground, decent movement in the air, which is very nice. Because as I'm going to get into later, this speed is going to make up for one of Cloud's biggest weaknesses. That is kind of a problem with him being. It's one of the things that holds him back from being top tier. It makes up for two of his biggest weaknesses. Another pro about Cloud is you have Limit, his main gimmick. This is a game-changing ability. It's like having Arsene, but only for one move, I guess. It gives him really, really good movement attributes, like some of the best movement attributes in the game, on top of his already decent ones, which that's amazing, just because, you know, he has really big hitboxes. So being fast and having good movement is always good in every game. But as you saw there, the weakness to it is you do run out of limit. This is all stuff everyone knows, but you know, I'm just trying to refresh everyone with him. So you run out of limit with him, which is a problem. But let me get limit again. With limit, you already know you get the super powered up moves and stuff like that. You get a really good recovery. You get a really nice projectile, a really good limit cross slash. Like you get decent stuff with limit. Kind of like speed the game up when trying to get limit. This is like the old Smash Bros. We can speed the game up. Yeah, you can. Okay, so yeah, you get limit cross slash. You get a lot of really cool things with limit, which when I get into like the more than nitty gritty of this character, you can actually combo into limit stuff or combo out of it. It's just really nice. Also, limit it extends like a lot of your base combos because you're way faster, which is gonna be really hard to control this game when it's sped up and I have input delay. But basically, a lot of his combos and just his everything gets better with limit because like speed is so important in Smash Bros. And the main benefit to Cloud is he's a very fast sword. Okay, so now his cons, the thing that you need to watch out for before you main this character. The biggest con I'm gonna just immediately put out is this recovery kind of sucks. You need to get very creative with it. Now, when you're off stage, you could do things like be reversing this, your cross slash to float, which is very nice. You can shoot projectiles which make you float a little bit longer, and you can also air dodge the stage. And he's also been blessed with the fact that he has a pretty decent wall jump too. So on stages like Kalos, you can make up for his bad recovery. But most importantly, the thing you want to do in matchups where your recovery is going to be a problem, you probably want to be getting that limit as much as possible and really trying to save it for limit up B. Dang, I died because I had like 1.5 speed on. Let me charge limit up B and take it off 1.5 speed. So you're going to want to be saving it for limit up B. This is like super duper important for Cloud, I would say at the higher level, or just in general, is limit up B. And like sometimes, like if you're like losing or you're in disadvantage state or you have a feeling something might happen, if you have like this amount of limit that I got here and someone hits you off stage, you can literally just charge it while you're falling off and come back and limit up B. Limit up B is what saves this character from being completely bad due to his recovery, because his recovery is a huge flaw. And another con of Cloud too is the fact that he's extremely weak to the parrying system. All of his normals seem like they're safe on shield, which they are if spaced correctly, but once they're parried, they're not, which That's his biggest problem, is that once you start parrying Cloud, he actually has kind of bad frame data. He's not safe at all. He's almost like a heavyweight. So the way you would combat that is just by mixing up when you attack, not making it so obvious, and going for grabs more, because parrying at the end of the day is shielding, and shielding is countered by hitting grabs, probably. So you probably mix it up with grabs and throwing in projectiles, and just mixing up when you're attacking, so you're not so easy to parry, because like, that is a real problem with Cloud. If he gets parried, almost everything he does isn't safe. I think even that back air, which is like a really safe move in general, is punishable when he gets parried. It's either punishable or it's like neutral on shield, which means like +0, which anyone could do anything out of it. So yeah, those are his pros and cons. Oh wait, one more con. Another big con to Cloud that if you hate this, I might suggest you play another character, because this is gonna define his entire kit, is the fact that I'm gonna go over this later, but Cloud isn't too much of a combo character. He's more of a sequence character. By that, I mean if he hits you, a lot of his stuff isn't going to be true. It's just he can follow up using his speed and chasing you down. But for that reason, because it's not true, there's a lot of opportunities they have to escape it. But then again, Cloud's speed comes in to the point where he can stop those things they do to escape his combos. So a lot of his quote-unquote combos are going to be more of sequences where you're reading their option to escape what you're doing to them. Which that is super duper important, because there's some matchups where having true, like against heavyweights, having true combos is very, very nice, and Cloud just doesn't quite have those, which is why fighting heavyweights with Cloud is kind of annoying. That and the fact that Cloud kind of relies on spacing with his alright frame data, and a lot of the heavyweights can just outspace him. And also, quite a few of the heavyweights in this game have decent edge guarding, which he doesn't like getting edge guarded at all. Charizard is probably like Cloud's worst matchup in this entire game. I know it's a really out of left field character. Like, who gets countered by Charizard? Well, Cloud does. For the main fact that Charizard's just as fast as you, he can space just as well as you, he's decent at edge guarding, and his neutral is like yours, but he just has more range and hits harder. And also, Cloud, when it comes to putting him in disadvantage, he doesn't have true combos like a lot of other people do, which means he doesn't have that, like, super explosive potential against heavyweights like others do. Now, he can hold a very strong advantage against them, but it's not as, like, guaranteed as someone like Joker or Sheik or Pikachu, where if you touch that heavyweight, you're going to put a lot on him. So, those are his basic pros and cons. He's a very fast character, big hitboxes, very reliant on sequences, has a bad recovery, and has limit, which is an insanely cool comeback. Or not cool, it's just an insanely good gimmick that you can be charging whenever the hell you feel like it, which is what makes him very nice. I'll break down one of my gameplays, because I went out, when I do these series, I try and go out and get some gameplay with them so I can break them down. Oh yeah, and the biggest pro of them all, the biggest pro of Cloud that I love the most about him is he's extremely flexible. By that, I mean, you can play Cloud very differently and still be playing Cloud right. There is no exact right way to play Cloud. He can be very aggressive, very slow. He's just flexible. It's kind of like a melee character, where I would consider him to be extremely expressive, and there's a bunch of different things you can do with him. Which, to me, that's a huge con. I love my expressive characters. I mean, huge pro. I love characters being expressive and letting me do a lot of things. So let's go to this Falcon game. So my Cloud is kind of like I would say a Roy in Cloud's clothing, where I do charge limit every now and then, but I focus on that a lot less. I focus more on pressure, getting hitboxes out. In the other video I'm going to release today, where I talk about like high APM players, this is closer to what my Cloud is. It's closer to like a high APM Roy playstyle. It's a little more aggressive than normal. Right there, I don't know if you noticed it, but I literally did Roy tech because I just was pretending I was playing Roy and it worked. He can also do B reverse side B to bear. It's a little better with Roy though. Hold on. There we go. So once again, Cloud, because of his speed, has alright neutral. His speed and hitboxes give him alright neutral. And his advantage state is decent. It's not as busted as some other people's can be, but it's a pretty decent advantage state. His recovery is kind of bad, so as you see there, I try to mix it up by doing cross slash. But the only problem is I do it a lot, and this Falcon player, this is a really decent Falcon, he kind of starts to catch on to it and starts punishing me for it. This is Elite Smash, by the way. This is usually I'm getting most of my plays from Elite Smash. So here, that's just a little sequence. None of that was true. It was just a little sequence I put together with Cloud. Almost none of like the stuff you're gonna see me link into itself is true. Almost all of it is sequences that I'm just reading what option they're trying to do to escape the sequence or guessing correctly. That's a better thing to say. But a lot of times I'm not reading. A lot of times I'm just making a guess and it's working. And that's the example of what I was talking about earlier with limit up B saves your life. In the Captain Falcon matchup, if you can get limit up B and when you're in disadvantage, it's huge. Honestly, if there was one critique I give myself here, is I probably should have charged a tad bit more limit just so I could have it for my sequences. Because limit makes your sequences way more powerful. I tried to follow up on limit blade beam there, but it dropped because I didn't do it quick enough. But the main thing I want you to get from looking at this gameplay is that Cloud might not be a combo character, but he's very capable of doing sequences. I tried to just finish it out quick there as I believe. So he's not a combo character, but he's very capable of doing sequences. He has a very big hitboxes and a really nice up smash.
But now that the
like that.
Are here, we can look forward
I knew I was about to hit it, that's why I brought it up. He's a really nice up smash. Something you notice from my gameplay is that on last stock, I'm usually looking for the up smash. It's a nice move. It kills, it hits really hard, it's pretty safe, and it's very big. It's safe for the amount of power it has. It's not the safest move in the world, but for the amount of power that it gives, it's a pretty safe move. Which is very nice about him. I recognize the song from somewhere, I just can't think of it. Is this Astro Observatory? Oh, it's Astro Observatory. Oh, anyways, back to the gameplay. So, here I'm fighting Wolf. The main thing about the Wolf matchup that I gotta watch out for is that he kind of has better ending frame data than me. We have the same startup because Wolf is plagued by really slow startup on his normals, but like I would say his end lag's a little bit better than mine sometimes. That and in the air he's a tad bit more mobile than me, and he is kind of decent at edge guarding, so he kind of just gets the kill there, or ledge trapping in that case. I think in this matchup I opted a lot more for like jabs and stuff just because this Wolf was playing a little bit slower, so I had to be a bit safer. I had to go for more low committal stuff. Low committal, less ward, because this Wolf was playing kind of safer than the Falcon. That Falcon was playing aggressive, so I could do a lot of crazy things because he wasn't as grounded as this Wolf is. This Wolf's more grounded, which there's nothing wrong with being grounded, but grounded is generally the safer style. That you're probably going to fight this kind of play more often in Elite or just tourney in general because nobody wants to lose, you know, where a lot of people are slowed down. There's not a lot of rushdown players in general in Ultimate. Even me myself, I'm not like as aggressive as they come. I would say when I'm on Cloud, I'm a little more closer to like the aggressive side of the spectrum, but I'm not like the most aggressive Cloud out there. There's probably way faster Clouds than me. Just because Ultimate is a game that kind of, I would say defense is really good in Ultimate. It's not like, well, Melee is like that too, where defense is good in that game, but like defense is kind of just, I don't know, I feel like sometimes it's defense, it's safer, and you can still get reward because Ultimate's advantage state's a lot easier in the other games. I tried to 2-frame him there. And here he goes for the basic Wolf combo. He fell out the side B. I think that was just like because I was moving while I did. I was just unlucky. I could have killed him there, but I hesitated for some reason and finished it with up smash. Once again, he has a really nice up smash. So from that game, I wanted to show you that he can be slower. I played a lot slower that game than usual, just because sometimes you need to slow down. And I think this Mewtwo came from right. I think I played the slowest, just because the way this Mewtwo was playing, which he's also a really decent player, he kind of forced me to slow down a bit. Like I couldn't run in on him stupidly. Like I start the game off with my normal aggression, and it's quickly getting stuffed out, which is kind of when I start to realize that I need to slow it down just a tad. So here I start going for more low committal stuff. Like down tilt is extremely low committal. That slide is nice. It's like Joker slide. It's a very nice move to have. It's very low committal. It's good at 2-framing. Gets you in. And it kind of counters people who like to dash back like all the time when you're going on. Dare is a really good kill move with him too. So if you ever get the opportunity to land like sweet spot Dare, go for it. It's really nice. Yeah, here I'm just playing low committal. Like I'm still trying to hold an advantage state, but I'm trying to be low, like not committing as much with it. I think I died to up air there. That was me going for a read, but I messed it up. But yeah, this game I slowed it down a bit because I was starting to realize that this Mewtwo was literally stuffing out all of my aggression. So I had to play safer against him. Died to bear there, yeah. Another thing about Cloud is maybe you don't always need to go off stage with him. I do it just because I like to go off stage, and I did start out as a Sheik main, and Sheik could always go off stage, so it's still kind of just like built into me to go off stage. But sometimes with Cloud, maybe you shouldn't, just because of the fact that he's very susceptible to getting counter edge guarded. That was a little that is a true combo. Fair, I think fair into limit cross slash is true. I'm right. My bad. So I think it's either fair or bear into limit cross slash is true if you can get the right hitboxes. I keep doing that. I'm so sorry. Hold on. There we go. Fair is true if you combo it into that. Now, I don't remember my winner. I think I win this game, but I'm not sure. Because I actually ran a set against this Mewtwo and just recorded the best game from the both of us. I think I lost this one. Oh, no, okay, I won. Up smash. There he just started teleporting a lot, so I just went for up smash. So yeah, that is the basic breakdown for Cloud. Remember, I'll reiterate, not too many true combos. These are all Roy games next. I'm probably going to make a little Roy guide after this. But not too many true combos. Not too many... Just more of a sequence-based character. That's how I would describe Cloud. The benefits to him is that he's very expressive, and your Cloud might look extremely different from my Cloud, because there probably isn't a super right way to play him. I mean, there is an optimal way to play Cloud, but he's very flexible. You can kind of do whatever you want with this character. Which, like I said, I love characters like that who can be super expressive and play whatever they want. That's kind of how Roy and Calm are. They can be like really expressive and just play the game how they want to play the game. So yeah, if you're looking to main Cloud, just know he will fit you if you like expression or just freedom to play however you want to play the game. If you like sequences and reads, you like having big hitboxes, decent neutral, a sortie with a projectile, and your comeback mechanic that you can charge yourself. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I'm leaving out? Let's see. It's about his entire kit. He's quick. Oh yeah, his grab is really bad. That's another con. I forgot to bring that. His grab has really bad range. He has a kill throw. His kill throws are trash. They don't kill to like 185, and his grab itself has really bad range. So, yeah. I think I'll close this one out here. I'll probably just make my other guy from my other two characters right after this. And I'll be right back. This is Ritzy Roy signing out for now. try and pick up Cloud and experiment with him in the practice range.